whenever I have the opportunity to share and to pitch it for her, because this is a wonderful time here at Wakana. We know that we are celebrating this month in our country called Black History Month. Of course, if you're Black, you celebrate it all the time, or whatever your race is, you celebrate that culture. But our quote this morning is from Marcus Garvey. He said, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." And when I think about that, if I were going to talk and share a Black history moment, I probably would talk about maybe some people we know or some people we don't know. Maybe I would talk about Dr. Shirley Jackson, who was a physicist, and she had her PhD from Massachusetts, MIT, and she was the first African-American woman to earn a doctorate in nuclear physics. But what we might not know is she had some experiments that paved the way for the touch-tone telephone, for the portable fax machine, for the caller ID, for the call waiting, and the fiber optic cable. Maybe I would talk about Otis Boykins, who had a contribution to science. And he helped to make the pacemaker after losing his mother in heart failure. He also had 26 patents in his name, and some of them were famed for the development of the IBM computer, the burglar-proof cash register, the chemical air filters, the electronic resistor used in control missiles and other devices. Maybe I would talk about Garrett Morgan. Garrett Morgan, he first created that safety hood to help the firefighters navigate through smoky buildings, and then modified it to carry its own air supply, which is called the gas mask. He also had enough sense to add a third position in the traffic signal. Yeah, there was a time when the traffic signal only had stop and go, and he added that third signal. I could go on and talk about Black history because we've made a difference in our society, in our country. But here's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about you. Yeah, I want to talk about you. I want to refocus our attention this morning to you. Every one of you that's on this call, what does your family know about you? Your history. I mean, do your children or your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren know your story? What have you gone through? What is your Black history? What is your history? What have you lived through? What did you make it through? Are there some stories that you haven't shared? Have you shared your history? There's an old gospel song, How I Got Over. My soul looks back and wonder how I got over. Mahalia Jackson sang it, and she said, I want to thank him for how he brought me. I want to thank him for how he taught me. I want to thank him how he never left me. See, knowing our cultural background and where we come from, your family, I'm not talking about folk who have gone on. I'm not even talking about people that have gotten all the accolades that we read about and that we hear about and that we see talked about on television. I'm not talking about the people who've had the first in our society. I'm talking about you. Because when we share our history, and you have a history, if you are here today, I don't care if you are what age group you're in, you have something that you've gone through, something that you've endured, but have you shared it? Because the way we relate to our family stories and create our own narratives about ourselves, it will help somebody in your family establish their own unique, authentic identity. Who doesn't know? Who has not heard your story in your lineage? See, sharing your history is going to help somebody in your family gain a greater understanding of the challenges you faced. It might even help them understand a flaw or something that might be in your character, a mistake. It's going to help somebody become resilient and learn about your history, your history. We can see patterns of overcoming. Oh, yeah, we shall overcome. No, no, you have overcome. You have overcome failures. You have overcome surviving hard times. Tell somebody what it used to cost to buy a carton of milk. Tell somebody the things that you've experienced, your story, your story. Remind us that not everything in life will work easy. The disappointments do happen. Inequalities do exist, not just the ones we see on the news, but the ones you've experienced in your life. But you know what it also says? That we can recover, we can triumph, and we can, like Dr. Pat says, wake up happy. Despite hardships, the more children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren know about their family history, the stronger their sense of control over their own lives, the higher their self-esteem, and the more successfully they believe that their families function. You on the Diamond Factory are about people who have lived and breathed and suffered and triumphed. I love to hear Wakana's history. I love it. I've been blessed to be here since the day the company launched, but I wasn't here when it launched in Melissa's mind. But because of many of you that were here, you were here from the beginning, but many of you weren't. Many of you have just come on in the last 2 years, the last year, the last week. So many of you don't know where we started less than 3 years ago when we did applications on paper, when we used PayPal for payments, when Melissa did calculations by hand, when we did millions of dollars with a handful of products. And now, oh my God, can't keep up. When we had money stolen from us by merchants. Listen, I want you today to think about your story, your history, and share it with your family. This is your month to share it with your family, something that they might not have known, something that you might not have shared, good, bad, ugly, and otherwise, but you're here. Please don't wait until we have to read your obituary for those around you to learn who you are, why you are, what you've come through, where you went to school, racism you encountered and overcame, abuse you encountered and overcame. We shall overcome. No, you are here and you have overcome. So let's get ready, Wakana. Let's share our story, our history. And let's get busy sharing and changing the lives of people. We got Valentine's Day specials. Did you know that we now have on our website where a person can find out their blood type and get the kit right there on our website? Oh, my goodness. Have you gone through the flat belly lifestyle phases? Share it. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, the cleanse. We got to share. Don't stop sharing. Even when people don't listen, keep sharing. Today is Tuesday. We've got Rebounder right after this call, 8:30 a.m. We play gospel music. Please join us. Whether you have a rebounder or not, just get moving. 7 o'clock tonight, the doctor's edition. Oh my goodness. Have you been missing this? The medical advisory board is off the chain. Lately, Dr. Kim has just been dropping the mic. Dr. Rita has put together an incredible medical advisory board. And then 8 p.m. is the overview. Oh my God, some of y'all been missing this. Between Dr. Joy and Vinay, the natural relaxer, they've been killing it. And then tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., you come on. You got to get your workout in with Lady E Fit. But in closing, listen, share, share, share your history. Don't let this month close out and you haven't shared some particular thing that maybe somebody in your family didn't even know. Share it. Have a great Wakana kind of day. Bye-bye for now.